Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Secret Invasion Season 1, Episode 3, Betrayed. I'm really sorry that Season 1, Episode 2 did not manage to get edited and put up. I had such an absolute nightmare editing Episode 2 that I just reached the point where I was at my wit's end and I was just like, I can't, it's not getting edited. But to make up for that, I have made the unedited version of that episode and that episode alone on Patreon, free for everyone to look at. And I've linked it in like a community post, but I will also link it in a pinned comment on this reaction, so that you can find it if you're interested at all in my reaction to the previous episode. Overall, I think I personally am still waiting for this show to kind of get off the ground a little bit, but I also feel like I could just be in a headspace where this show isn't 100% like what I'm looking for right now. I don't know. It's a weird one because I've seen like articles and things that are like, this is what the MCU is supposed to be, and I'm like, no, it's not bad. I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm not like thinking, oh god, it's Secret Invasion. I'm like, oh, it's Secret Invasion. But like before the show came out, I was like, oh my god, yeah, Secret Invasion, I can't wait. And now I'm kind of like, I don't know. But yes, regardless, I'm looking forward to this episode to see where we're going next. And yes, I'm rambling. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go.
I don't want our people to keep running.
Yeah, the answer is not genocide. I do think actually one of the things that I'm like struggling with in this is that kind of the Skrulls have such a genuine grievance and like they genuinely deserve help more than they've been given, and yet we're just seeing them being terrorists. And I feel like in our world we don't need refugees to be portrayed as terrorists. I mean, I know it isn't black and white like that, but I do think that's kind of one of the things that I'm getting stuck on, is that like, what, why? The Skrulls were screwed over and now they're committing genocide. Like, why?
All faith is built on risk.
It's apparently murder.
And execute a strike on a key United Nations target.
Oh, goody. That's what I thought it was going to be.
We change powers. We're going to be uniquely programmed weapons of mass destruction.
Jesus, what are you doing to your own people?
Super Skrulls.
You're really happy to turn your entire species into a weapon of mass destruction? I don't buy. I think my biggest issue is the fact that I'm like, why? Why are the Skrulls going along with this? Like, it's one thing to, if they were trying to fight to take a piece of Earth or something, but what's the point of, I just feel like the Skrulls have, we screwed them over and I feel sorry for them, and now it's like, oh no, they're so evil, they want to kill us all. And I'm like, why do they want to kill us all? It's a little extreme. It's sad that she can't, when it's just the two of them, have her natural appearance.
Who you become.
You're the one that's been away.
You just up and vanished again. Only this time it was voluntary. So
Fury has a lot of answering to do. I know he's struggling.
When you kept disappearing as if you were never really here in the first place.
The show is like, Fury's mentally spiraling, but we're not going to really delve into that too much. We're just going to show how many people he's hurt and how many promises he's broken.
I'd lie. I'm a good liar.
That's what he's worried about. Their history goes back a long way, but he cannot trust her. That is a dangerous thing. Though I don't entirely know where her head's at.
The UN plane will be at Neptune's coordinates. 2200 hours.
Oh dear. Did he just say fake information so that she'll pass on fake information and then they'll find out that she's the leak or leaking? Yeah, that was so a setup.
You know the difference between statesmen and soldiers. You asked me, Talos, choice between having my story told in ink and oil paint, or having it written in blood.
Aren't you a deep, emotional guy?
All day long.
Yours and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's parley, shall we? Come on.
And how much of this fighting are you currently doing yourself? You sent somebody else to get captured and tortured. You sent some other people onto the submarine. So who's being a statesman now?
You should be grateful that I haven't sent her back to you in a body bag yet.
Of course.
You're gonna take our people to the edge of extinction with a war with the humans.
All these miscreants know
is murder. Look how they treat each other. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, so you're telling me that scrolls, you don't have any bad scrolls among the scrolls? There are no bad people in the scrolls. No scrolls have ever committed murder. No scrolls have ever done violence. They're very easily able to do it now, but they've never done it before. Like, is it just me? Because if it's just me, I'm really happy because I don't like not enjoying a show. But I just don't like, as a villain, and it's not even like bad acting or whatever. It's just like storyline wise, I feel like the Skrull's grievance is valid, but I'm going to genocide all humans is like, it's just, why is it the refugee people that are wanting to do the genocide? Like, why? When it was someone like Thanos who kind of, he had his weird mind games, but you have other people who are like, they want the power of it all, and they want like to rule everybody, or they want to destroy the planet that hurt them or whatever. But now it's kind of just like, yeah, there's like a few million Skrulls, and we're gonna kill billions of people to try and make a home. We want a real empty planet. I don't know. I hope it's just me, and that I'm just in a weird headspace, not vibing with the show.
We're gonna murder them all.
But I also don't want to pretend that I'm loving something when I'm not. Like, I think the Skrulls need help. They deserve our help. But what this man is doing...
I think it's a pretty safe bet you're here for that, right?
We both want the same thing.
Take this opportunity to just help you like that. Those days are gone. So I'm going to need you to, use your words.
I mean, do you not also want to try and prevent Skrulls from committing more mass murders and becoming public enemy #1 and being genocided right back? I mean, that would not be an appropriate response, but it would be a fucking realistic response from some people. You need each other.
What you think? That the whole time we've known each other, you've been cleaning up my mess.
You've been cleaning up yours, right back.
Let's see. As an ally you leveraged with dirt no one else in the world had access to, we did that.
And you promised to find them a home in return, and you did nothing.
You got any more abuse you want to hurl my way? Are you ready
You
to go
started
in and
it.
Bob?
What you working on over there, Bob?
Maybe they are targeting that, in which case Gaia is blown. If she wasn't already blown.
The message has been authenticated, Captain. You are obliged to strike.
I mean, I also feel like you could very much refuse.
I want to talk to CENTCOM. These are CENTCOM's orders. Either you'll obey, or you'll be removed. Do you understand?
Double check. I'm sorry, you're gonna launch a fucking war.
Offered you a partnership, we would have stood by you proudly.
So stand with me now.
You're too late.
Is the kid also a Skrull?
Prepare to launch.
Double fucking check.
Traitor? Or is she the spineless traitor feeding you information?
Well, great.
Need his launch termination password now.
Gaia is going to be found out. They already basically know it's her. How have they not stopped giving her relevant information?
What can we do?
She is, I mean, she's blown for... Fucking hell. I would double check those orders, I'm sorry. Like, I know it's their job to just follow orders, but following orders blindly is not a good excuse. It's not right.
Initiating go position.
Didn't she look up and see someone?
Initiating go position.
Launch sequence underway.
Blindly following that order is ridiculous.
Abort launch. Abort launch.
Deep down in your bones, you believe in what he's doing.
Mm.
30 years, you still don't know me better than that.
You believe in his purpose, but not how he's doing it. The idea of giving the Skrulls a home, yes. Genocide, no.
Because I'm with you.
Not because you're anti-genocide, just because you like Fury, okay. Why hasn't she told them where the Skrulls are? Like, she trusts her dad is not gonna send some people in here who are gonna just come in and kill every single scroll they see. Like, she's fleeing on the phone. She could have been like, by the way, we're at Chernobyl. If this is Chernobyl, if it's not, then we're at XYZ coordinates. If I don't make it out, that's where we are. Like, why hasn't she, if she's giving information, she's like, turned against these people because they're genocidal. Good for you, Gaia. But like, why hasn't she told them where they are? Is there a reason for that? That's a surprise.
Are you a leader of Skrulls? Or a worst enemy?
Fucking hell. You are the worst enemy of Skrulls. Did he just kill her? Jesus. That can't be Emilia Clarke's entire role in this. Surely he wouldn't just leave her body. He'd bring her body to be like, this is what happens to traitors. Or bury it so no one knows Skrulls are nearby. Why does she need a gun?
I need to speak to Graphic.
Yeah, well, you're talking to me.
What have you got involved in? I want to preface this by saying I am enjoying this show. I don't think it is terrible, but I will say it's if this wasn't a Marvel show, I don't think I would be voluntarily reacting to it because I'm not enjoying it as much. You know, the shows I tend to react to are shows that I expect, although I probably would have started reacting to it because I expected to love it, but regardless. I don't really... I've said it in the middle of the reaction, I don't particularly feel Gravik is a good villain. Which is not a comment on the actor. I think he is doing a really good job. I don't think he's doing a bad job of acting by any means. And, you know, I would say, like, oh, maybe they miscast that slightly, and I'd feel really horrible doing it if I thought that was the case. I do not think anyone in this show is acting badly. If anything, my brain is feeling so sorry that so many of these actors, I mean, Olivia Colman and Emilia Clarke are like two of my favourite actresses, and they're in this Marvel thing? Oh, that's a shame. And, like, I don't know the names of a lot of the other people, but I'm like, oh, you could have put in a better one, I'm sure. But at the same time, I really am interested to know if there are people who this is their favourite Marvel thing, because if it is, I will feel so much better, because obviously when you have something as wide genre crossing, genre bending as Marvel, it's not ever going to be the case that every single Marvel fan loves every single Marvel product the same amount as it just doesn't work that way, especially once they branch away from your basic superhero stuff into slightly more sort of nuances of the genre and everything. So if that is the case, if there are people who are like, yes, this is what I love, then I will be like, okay, I'm just not the target audience, and that is okay. But for me, I feel like the Skrulls have such a genuine thing. They came to Earth, they were promised by Fury and Captain Marvel that they would be given a home. They would find them a home. They would do everything they could to find them a home. And there have been mentions of the fact that Fury broke that promise, but there has been not a single mention of anything he or Carol have done to actually find them a home, to actually complete this. And then Fury is like, wait, so you mean after I promised to find you a home and didn't find you a home, you brought all your people here to be safe? Fuck you, how could you do that? And I'm like, but what else was he going to do? Let them struggle out there when there's a planet where they can blend in? And then I also feel like one human, 1.5, 2 humans promised you this thing, didn't give it to you, so now you're just going to kill every single human and take it for yourself. What sense does that make? Absolutely none. No, I could see Gravik is probably he's just disillusioned, you know, a war came to his homeworld, he had to flee, and now he's here and he sees this planet that everyone takes for granted, and there's all this war and violence. But anyone who looks at anybody and thinks that is all they are is just being dumb. Like, humans have got such capacity for violence, and I will often make throwaway comments about humans destroy everything, but, you know, realistically, ideologically, I believe most people are good. I just believe that the bad people, the people with bad intentions, are the loudest, and they make often the biggest, most noticeable impact. That is the way I view the world. But if you ignore all of the kindness and the good things that happen around the world, you're just dumb. And for Gravik to be the leader of this organization of Skrulls in the way he is, to have kind of maneuvered himself into becoming the general, he's not dumb, but he's just being dumb. It would be better for me if he was just saying, well, yeah, fuck the humans, Skrulls are more important, I don't care. Like, but he's trying to do it on like an ideologically, we are so superior to them. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, that doesn't work. And then Fury getting annoyed at Talos for saying like, we helped you rise to power because we were the people that got all that information. Without the Skrulls, you wouldn't have been able to have it. And then Fury was like, are you going to keep hurling abuse? And he was just stating the truth. Factually, what have you done for them in return? Like, literally, beyond letting the initial Skrulls stay on Earth, what have you done for them? As far as I'm aware, nothing. And then you have things like Fury's wife. He just was like, obviously, again, I think that they're trying to, I initially at least thought that they were really trying to show this cynical side of Fury, that Fury was going through a lot of struggles, and I was really looking forward to kind of watching an analysis of Fury's mental health, all of these things he's been a part of, the years and years and years of struggling and just continually having these fights, what it would do to somebody's mental health and his psyche, and we just kind of haven't really focused on that. He just is cynical and just like abandoned the Skrulls, abandoned his wife, and we just haven't yet been able to delve into why and what he's going through. He's just offended whenever anybody is cross with him. I'm like, fine, fair enough. Again, if your people are not going to always have a rational response, but I'm like, can I delve into Fury a bit more, or are we just going to see him walking around being annoyed at everything? And Gaia turned very easily against Gravik, which gives me hope that there are other Skrulls who are like, what? No, I joined you because I wanted Skrulls to have a home. I didn't join you because I wanted to murder every single human. Like, sure, I just, the fact that so many of all these Skrulls are just like, yeah, that's totally fine. It doesn't track with, I don't like it. Maria Hill being killed off sucked. I'm assuming Gaia's not dead. I'm assuming maybe he intentionally shot her in a place that wouldn't kill her because they have feelings, but it's kind of like a message. She'll return to her father injured, and that's a message. But at the same time, why hasn't Gaia said, oh yeah, we're against Gravik now. Please don't hurt the rest of the Skrulls. They are innocent. This is our location. Come and stop him. What? She knows exactly where their location is. And for another thing, if Gravik did leave her to not die, then she knows where they are. So are they going to all relocate all of the Skrulls he's gathered? And then if he did leave her to die, why did he just think, oh, I'm going to leave a Skrull body so that if someone comes across it, they'll think, oh, there's a weird alien. Maybe we should look for other weird aliens in the area. And if I am misunderstanding things, if I am missing clues and signs and misinterpreting things, please tell me, because I would love somebody to be like, no, you're missing the point. It's this. And then I could be like, oh my God, yes, I get it. I'm 100% okay with that. I want that to be the case because I want to love the show as much as I've loved all of the other Marvel shows. I just feel like it's just missing the point for me again and again. And I think maybe that's partly because I feel like it's promising to do one thing and I'm really excited about that thing, and then it just doesn't. I also do not like the idea of the refugees, war refugees, who've come to a place, were promised help, were not given that help, and now just casually genocidal, because I feel like that is not the message we need to be sending about refugees in the real world, because that is not the truth of what it is to be a refugee. Refugees need our help, they need support, they do not need to be demonized. And again, I don't think Marvel has a secret right-wing agenda. I just think it's a poor message, a poorly thought out message in the context of the world we actually live in. If Gaia is dead, I'm going to be like, you really brought Emilia Clarke in for 3 episodes? Really? So I have to believe she isn't. And yeah. Skrulls just want humans to destroy each other, and then they'll destroy them while they're destroying each other. I mean, it's a decent enough plan. I'll give them that. I just feel like the basis behind it, the thing that maneuvered all Skrulls, more or less, into being willing to be genocidal doesn't add up to me. But I do want to be proved wrong. And I know I have to basically complain about this show. There are fun moments, there are enjoyable scenes, but it's still got the Marvel, like, gloss to it. I just feel like, for me, the substance is lacking. But yeah, again, I never want to lie. Like, it would be very, I mean, it wouldn't be easy, but I could come on here and pretend to love every single show I watch, because that hopefully would get more views. I don't know, but I never want to lie. I never want to fake it. If I am emotional about a show, I am genuinely emotional. If I'm upset by a show, I'm genuinely upset. If I love it, I love it. And if I hate it, I hate it. I don't hate this show. If anything, I'm disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. At the moment, I'm just sort of feeling like, oh. And I don't know, maybe I got into that mindset after Maria died, and I haven't been able to shake out of it. Maybe the show is a lot better than my interpretation because Maria put me into that. Because I felt like I enjoyed the first episode. The first episode had a lot. I didn't love it, but I felt like it had a lot of promise. And then episode 2, it just didn't. And then, oh my god, when I had the tech troubles editing it, I was just like, no, I cannot face this. I already, like, episode 1, I was having tech troubles with, and again, totally unrelated things, just bad luck, and I had to edit that like twice to get it up. Like, I completely finished editing it, and then my computer was like, we can't export this, we've deleted the whole file for you, start from scratch, and I nearly cried. And then episode 2, I was just having so much trouble. I have since figured out what the problem was and solved it, but yes, so I want to love this show, I just don't currently, and I'm really intrigued to see if this is the feeling that I alone am having. But yes, and also I was so looking forward to Fury's show for the longest time. I heard Emilia Clarke was going to be in it. I think I maybe heard Olivia Colman was in it, I don't know. And that makes me so excited, and then it's just this. So yeah, please, if you are watching this reaction, let me know what you think, because I'm really, really genuinely interested. A reminder that if you want to watch the unedited version of this reaction and hear more of my critiques, they're on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.